Right, so that's the Obtain Health Plan, okay? That's just for 21 days to start, to make sure that you start off on the right foot. So let's turn the page onto the Maintain Health Forever plan, okay? So we really want to start to think about how we're going to maintain this, because as we were talking about earlier, maintaining it is the important thing. We can do things for short periods of time, but is that going to translate into long-term health, which is what we want. But again, we still want to try and keep your glycemic load as low as possible, and we do that just for 2 weeks. And on the page afterwards, it has a list here of low GI fruits, which is primarily berries and cherries. Okay, those are the best ones because they have the highest fibre content and also the most amount of antioxidants too, which is really important. And once you've done that for 2 weeks and you've sort of seen how you react to those foods, okay, if you're starting to put on weight again, right, it means that your biochemical balance is starting to go off kilter and you might have to reduce it again, okay? So you do that for 2 weeks, see how your body reacts to that, and then after those 2 weeks, then we start to bring back some more full-fat dairy. It could be the whole milk as well, if you want, and see again how your body reacts to that, because as we were talking about earlier, your bodies react differently to different foods, okay? And then after those 2 weeks of sort of seeing how your body deals with more dairy, then we start to bring back starches, okay? So low GI and non-gluten starches specifically, and we do that for 4 weeks, okay? Because then we really need to see how your body reacts to starches, okay? Because everybody will be slightly different. During those 4 weeks, you only have 1 portion a day at lunchtime, as I was alluding to earlier, and ideally only on workout days as well, ideally 3 hours before a workout, okay? But again, remember, we want to always bring it back to specificity. Yeah. So is it okay for your situation? Okay. My physiology is very different to your physiology and biochemistry as well. So like when I eat a banana and porridge, it'll go directly to my muscles and it'll make my muscles go, and it'll also give me a lot of energy as well to exercise as well. I'll feel like exercising because my fuel partitioning is towards the energy part of the scale. But if you're in that biochemical balance where your body's saying it's going to the fat cells, right? Yeah, which could be happening with yourself, then it's not appropriate at this time. It could come back later, but it's just not appropriate at this time.
It's worth trying. I don't think there's anything that strikes me as being in any way particularly harmful, and I think, as you say, you know, it's something worth doing for a few weeks and then to try and see what happens.
Oh, absolutely. And this is not just used by me, it's used by many doctors around the world, specifically by Dr. Eric Westman, who's head of the lifestyle clinic at Duke University in North Carolina, and he has had incredible results with this particularly. It's just a well thought out plan that you only do sort of, you know, for a certain amounts of time, but it's all about trying to figure out your own personal Maintain Health Forever plan, okay? Which is always a journey for all of us, for sure.